Hi everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I've got a card project to share with you that features a little bit of ink blending, a little bit of shiny stuff, and some simple die cuts to create a very elegant thank you card. I'm excited to share this with you because the thanks word die you see is one of the very first products I ever designed for Simon Says Stamp. Kind of cool. So let's jump in and take a look at what I'm using today. The circle die that I'm using is called Twinkle Flower Circle, and it's going to cut out the opening and the little blooms. The word die set is called Just Words, and this is one of the first sets I ever designed for Simon. Just a collection of simple sentiments, kind of all-purpose, and they can be used on any type of card project. Heck yeah is one of them, hello, love you, sorry, and I'll be using the thanks die. Got a collection here of Distress ink cubes, and I'm going to put a card up if you're interested in seeing another project that I did with this same palette. I've also got some blender brushes to add my color to my card project, and I'm going to be topping everything with a little bit of the Glitz glitter gel from Gina. This is a new color called Iridescent. It's very shiny. I've got my palette knife to add that color. And I'm also going to be using some of my favorite dies. These are from the A2 Layers dies from Waffle Flour to cut out panels before I even get started. I want to make sure that everything is sized perfectly. Cardstock, got a little bit of lavender and some Neenah Solar White. And of course there'll be a few other things as we go. First things first, I'm going to cut out 2 panels of cardstock from my Neenah Solar White so they're perfectly sized. I'm going to take the larger of the 2. I've got my little twinkle circle placed down, and I'm going to run that back and forth a few times to get a really nice clean cut of the die. I'll carefully lift off the plate and remove the die, and actually this cut really well. It's a nice clean cut, but oftentimes I'll bring in some craft foam, and when I have something like this that's a little more intricate, I'm going to poke it through onto the foam just so that I don't bend any of those delicate little blooms. This works great. Just get that craft pick, poke it all through. Oh, missed a couple there. But the craft foam is great because then you're not going to bend the delicate part of the die. All right, moving on. Now for some ink blending. I'm taking the smaller panel and just going to draw a very light circle just to give myself a guide for where the blend should go so that I can make sure to incorporate all 4 colors as evenly as possible. And I'm just going to ink blend. Gonna add my colors in rainbow order and just lay it down. And the nice thing is this doesn't have to be a perfect blend. It can be a little chunky here and there because I'm going to cover it with some of the Glitz glitter gel. But I'm laying down my green, tapping off excess. I'm trying to keep it a little softer, and I've got a brush actually. These are all brushes from Simon Says Stamp. Each brush is devoted to a single color, if you will. I don't wash my brushes every time I use them, and I have these cute little brush clips on that tell me, oh right, this is the blue ink and this is for the purple ink, and it's actually been really helpful. And again, I will have everything I'm using linked below the video. So laying down the purple, coming back in with the blue just to get a little more. My tumbled glass is really dry. I need to get a re-inker for that one. But that looks pretty good. Next, we're going to move on. Just wanted to overlay this to make sure it was all where I wanted it to be color-wise. And actually, that looks kind of pretty. I could have left it. I thought about it. But I wanted to add some shine because I knew the design was going to be very simple. So this Glitz glitter gel from Gina is very creamy and smooth. You just stir it up with a palette knife, and I'm going to take a little bit on the back of the knife and just spread it very evenly and lightly over the blended area. Now I'm not going to scrape this and put it back into the pot because it will pick up some of that distressed color, and I don't want my gel to have any color at all, so I'll just take a damp paper towel and wipe it right off the knife. And now it will need to dry. For the sake of time, I've already done an extra one off camera, and now this is dry and ready to go. I've also gone ahead and cut out 3 of the thanks sentiments from some Neenah Solar White. This is the 110 pound. And I'm going to use my spray adhesive to glue these together. I'll spray off camera into a box, and I'll just bring them in one at a time, line them up on top of each other, and stack them for a little bit of added dimension. For my card base, this is going to be top folding US A2, which is 4 1/4 wide by 5 1/2 tall. I will tape my card base closed just to keep it flat while I am assembling all of my pieces. Next, I'll take my dot runner and really coat the entire back of the ink blended panel. I don't want any warpage to happen, and so the more adhesive the better. And before I commit, I just want to make sure that it's in the right place. And that looks good, so I will press this down and all that adhesive will hold it nicely to the card base. I've got foam tape on the back of the die cut piece, and I'll take all of that off and then just line it up on the card base with that lovely bit of margin all the way around, about 1/4 inch, and adhere that down. I'll use some liquid glue for adhering the thanks die cut, and I'll just dot that all over the back, and just like that, and then place it down strategically in the center, line it up, and then I'll just take a clear acrylic block and place it on until it's completely adhered. And that's the finished card project. It's really simple to have all of the white elements, but this really lovely pop of color in the center. So I hope this inspires you to get out some inks, blend them together, and top them with some shine and some simple die cuts. Thanks so much for watching today. I would love to have you become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And if you do subscribe, be sure to hit the gray bell below the video so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a couple other videos that you might be interested in watching. Thanks so much and have a great day.